Greetings, beautiful people. In this video, I'm going to talk about how the invasion began. Alright? That's right, the alien invasion. It literally is as within, so without. So now, here's the funny part. Okay? How, once they got to know the human body, okay, and I made this video, it's going to be a continuation from Area 51, how they reverse engineered your body, okay? How do you think they can manipulate you to do things without them violating divine law? All right, it could be done through your traditional, and this is where they'll probably keep your attention away through neuro-linguistic programming, mind control, and all that. This is why it's so popular. But notice how the topic of parasites ain't really that important. See, the foods you eat, okay, contain and nourish parasites in your stomach. All right, so everything that happens and the parasites in your stomach, if you don't know that they're controlling your mentality, they do. Okay, do a parasite cleanse, and I'm talking about, and you see, I can't even look. Half of the people can't even go through a parasite cleanse because they don't even have the discipline to really like fast for a while and get off certain things, not cater to their addictions. You know, they're used to being a slave to the system, so they're a slave to this system as well. It's as within, so without, right? So the way that they can get you, all right, and manipulate this computer is by, it's just like happens to a house computer. When it has a virus, it's infected with a virus, it doesn't function properly. You got to get the computer debugged. You got to go to a computer, one of those computer programmers to get that virus out, right? So it's the same thing with the human body. These parasites are a virus, and they will get you to do things, okay, that you don't want to do. And it's going to be hard, because the thing is that you'll be craving shit that ain't even really you wanting to crave that shit. It's just the parasites bugging you for it. The most hardest point and where you'll really be feeling these parasites is while you're fasting. All right? While you're fasting. And there's hacks. This is why I say like the urine is actually that important, because the urine will actually keep them under control. All right? It will actually minimize their power. You know why? Because you're reintroducing your chemistry, your DNA, but your chemistry back in there. And the body, it will, they call it bodily waste, but this bodily waste is not what comes out your asshole. What comes out your back, your rear end, is actually real waste. All right? You take it out the back door. See, what's coming out of the front hole, semen comes out that hole. You know what I'm saying? So if semen's coming out that hole, which is literally what you can create life with, all right, you have your natural chemistry coming out through there too. But notice how it is minerals that you may not need at that moment, but you reintroduce it to the body and may be able to use it. But it's distilled, so it filters everything out. That's why you have these organs filtering everything out. Okay? It's gold, the color gold. Like I told you also, you know, in the previous video, which we focus on conspiracy theories. We don't bother to even find out why or where or how or even why they do it. You just put yourself in that victim mentality that, you know, you focus so much on it that it actually ends up affecting. You can think yourself to sick to a disease. You could think yourself to a disease and a sickness. You could think yourself to being healthy, abundant, rich. But it all goes into moving your consciousness to that mind state. But with these parasites in there, okay, it's distortion. They're fucking up your mentality. They will manipulate you from the inside out. So if our feminine energy is where when we meditate, we go within, right? So what do? They hijack our within, what we're supposed to be going into. Half of us don't even go within, you know? So what ends up happening is that your exterior is controlled by whatever, with your consent, you ate. Just like I said, you may be listening to music, you may watch pornography, eat junk food. All that shit will affect you, but nobody is making you do it. You consent to doing it. Half of the times you know it may be bad for you, but you'll still do it anyway. The invasion began with your consent. So all this happening outside of you, with the powers that be invading you and all that, you did it. That's just more proof that you did it. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. You're doing it to yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the most grateful things that I have in this planet is actually making a move to start a YouTube channel. I have connected, and I notice how you unite with a certain circle. There may be a moment in time where I may have to fly out of the circle and shit has to happen. But I can tell you this. The people that I have met on this channel, man, I'll tell you right now, I am very grateful. Guys like Mind Abaddon, Fire Drake, Skyhopper, big time. Zen Atman, he's actually the reason why I started a YouTube channel. Alright? And there's many more. You know, there's many more. Everybody who I'm connected with here. Everybody. Everybody who bothers to even leave a comment. I'm very grateful. You have taught me something. I'll tell you right now, you have taught me something. To look at something, and I have found my truth from within. But I'll tell you right now, the people who are struggling, you need to clear them parasites away. And half of the time, those addictions that you may have, need to be cleared out with poisons. But if half of those poisons involve some of the addictions, you're doing it to yourself. And there's something the Mind Abaddon told me that really resonated with me, man. See, there's a gold mine in our hands, and we don't know how to get it. Everything is there at the palm of our hands. And I'm going to make a video on our body parts, but the palm of our hands are very important. This is why they say that you have the world in the palm of your hands. See, belief, all right, is our, and faith is our most important tool. Ain't nothing more powerful than that. See, with belief in religion, belief in the government, this is why everything outside of us is so empowered. Because we believe in all that outside of us. Why don't we direct? Because this is where the attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. Whatever is popular becomes empowered. I have under 100 subscribers, okay? Which is all good. I'm not worried about that shit. All right? Let me tell you something. There comes a moment in time where you'll realize what true abundance is, and you could feel richer than a millionaire. All right? But you have to see the connectiveness between all of us, man. You have to. If you don't, you ain't there. You are not there. See, I have been talking to certain people that I have met on my channel. And I'll tell you right now, I can see how this shit really comes to play, man. That we are all connected. We are all connected, and we met for a reason. And it's up to us to see the advantages in what we get out of that. The same way it's up to us to decipher language, to decipher our reality, it's up to us. See, going within is really figuring out how this whole shit got fucked up to begin with. Ain't nothing wrong, man. It really isn't that hard. It's changing your mind. It changes from the inside out. This is how they fucked you up, is from the inside out. But you put the shit in. From the shit you listen to, forming a belief system. Now you can't take a shit. Okay? When you listen to information, same way when you eat, food is information. You eat, you can't take a shit. You feel like shit. If you're listening to something, seeing something, smelling something, it's going to fuck you up if you don't know how to fucking digest it. Tune in. You got to tune in. Tune into this shit. You go, you say, I tuned into nature. I'm in nature. I sun gaze. Listen, you can sun gaze and be in nature all you want. If you are not tuning in, you are not in harmony. Okay? I don't give a fuck how tuned in, how much you're in nature or how much you sun gazing. There comes a moment in time where you got to really start to become aware of everything you're doing, including sun gaze. You can't just mindlessly sun gaze. Okay? You can't just, I noticed this, you cannot just mindlessly sun gaze. You got to notice the subtle feelings and these subtle energies. And they will start to connect. When you start to get in a flow, this is why they say, even when you go outside of yourself, you start to see these financial gurus. Get in flow, cash flow. You got to get in the flow. You got to get in the same flow of energy. There's something going on. But you got to know where there's a healing and where there's toxicity. Okay? there's certain things that you might have to really like take over. You do the taking over. Ain't nobody taking over you. If you letting something outside of you that you know it's an illusion take over you, then you are being took over. And you are not empowered. And whatever you think is making you feel good at the moment is just putting a band-aid on a wound. You might as well just go do medication under prescriptions. Prescription, you're under somebody's prescription. What is your description? You define your reality. When you define definition, you create and you make the definition to your reality. If it's distorted or if it's blurry, you define you become the author, the authority, the author. You're not under somebody else's authority or somebody else's influence. Your soul, influence. What inspires you? What is your inspiration? There may be certain things you need to let go. When you do a cleanse, right? You getting those parasites out. But during that process, it's going to be fucking hard. There may be certain things that you need to do mindfully so that you can utilize it to your advantage so it doesn't take over you. See, alcohol is spirits. You letting these motherfuckers take over you. I speak with love and I'm only sharing my energy. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm not teaching you anything. All I'm doing is sharing my energy, which is what we are all allowed to do here.
You have 2 alarms here. A 7:17 a.m.
So funny how I'm talking in my phone.
And a 7:37 a.m. alarm. Currently.
Get out of here, man. You need to be in charge. How do you conduct yourself in this reality? How do you conduct yourself? You're a conductor, or are you just a fucking little cart on the train? Okay? Stay on the right track. But you can't direct where you want to go on that track if you're a fucking train cart. You need to be the train conductor. I'm telling you right now, all right? The healing process is where you need to have discipline. They talk about the story of Jesus. He had 12 disciples. We have 12 months. Those are just planets and points in time. See, we utilize energies to our advantage. That's what we do. Disciples, discipline. When I look at the word disciple, I see discipline. They all have a meaning. See, these people in the Bible, they're all, it's the greatest story ever told. This is why I say don't look at everything literal. The guru will start looking for you. The guru will look for you. But the guru is you. I said this in my previous video. And you'll know when the guru is there for you is when you start to really, really see synchronicities and you start to see the messages unfolding right before your eyes. Life will start to look so magical, it's not even funny. Just by you having a thought and you having a problem, you're literally getting the answers told through you through people, animals, things, signs, fucking license plates. Even just scrolling through messages, I happen to run into one of Cortese's Instagram posts, and it just resonated with me, man. It resonated with me. I'm telling you, the guru's there for you, but the guru is you. If you're looking for a guru outside of you, you're putting your attention somewhere else where you're not supposed to be. Everything is you. You're gonna realize that. I don't care. Listen, if you want to waste your time looking through videos, you can listen. I use videos to my advantage. I'll tell you that right now. I get a lot out of videos. But you need to start looking at videos a different way. The same way you start watching movies a certain way. Because now you watch movies as documentaries instead of just for the entertainment of it. But yet, you need to mature a little bit if you're not watching videos in the same way. You watch videos because these people are in your life. You manifested them there for a reason and they're trying to tell you something. Some of them may be toxic. You may not need them at the moment. But the same way alcohol is toxic, okay? There's still a place and time for alcohol. There's still a place and time for turpentine. There's a place and time, and it has to be done in order, in moderation, not overkill. You don't just take a shitload of turpentine. You do it. There's a protocol to it. Because it's very fucking potent. And if you take a lot of it, you can poison yourself. So you need to take it in moderation so you're not poisoning yourself. You're poisoning what you need to poison and not yourself. So you're bigger than what you're poisoning. So you don't need to take that much of it. The Terminator movie. You cannot self-terminate. If you end up killing yourself, alright, because you can't control your fucking addictions, then you just self-terminate it and you will have to face those fucking consequences. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You need to take fucking charge. Take charge. You're the author, the authority, the conductor. Use elements to your advantage. In gold we trust. God. God is gold, right? Gold is your fucking fluids. Gold is the actual element. Gold is actually a masculine conductor. And then you have the magnetic. We are electromagnetic. There's a yin and yang. Even your brainwave states, the alpha, beta. They say, are you an alpha male or a beta male? Half of you motherfuckers are in beta state. Pussies. Alpha male. See, even that shit, people demonize. Oh, alpha, beta is bad. You should be in theta and delta, which where okay, you can. But are you using the alpha to your advantage? Or are you a beta? Because there's a yin and yang. Find your balance. Because you may need the beta at some points. But you need to motherfucking move like an alpha here. If you're a fucking male, move like a fucking alpha. You see, if you're in a victim mentality, I don't care how tough you look, saying, you know, I've never this, you are not alpha. If you're in a victim mentality where you're saying, they doing this, they doing that, they this, they that, no, take accountability. See, an accountant manages money, manages finances, manages people's finances. That's what an accountant does. So are you accountable? Or are you the bitch? Like, honestly, man, you need to pardon my French in this video. But in this video, I really just... And there's certain people who say, oh, you shouldn't curse certain videos, you know. Listen, if you're meant to watch this video, you will watch this video because you're meant to watch it and get the information out of it. Because here's what the programming with curse words are. See, you alien, if you think that. Because you're an alien. If you really believe in this language, this is not the original language. Why is this language derived from Germanic and fucking Jewish? First of all, look at the word German, the German. Ger is a Judaic man. Is a man converted to Judaism. Ger. G-E-R. Look it up. And then man at the end. A man. A Jew man. But then the Germans killed all the fucking, the Nazis killed all the Jewish in concentration camps. And where the whole fucking thing of fluoride came out. Listen, story may be distorted. I'll tell you that much. And I'm not going to get into that. But everything, his story is only his story. Just like religion. Just like everything you've ever been told. Just like everything you're told about flat earth, round earth, Area 51, aliens. You're the motherfucker that's letting the aliens in. And that's the parasites in you, controlling your mentality. Empowering those motherfuckers that are invading you. You're doing it to yourself. Because of ignorance, lack of understanding, and not being aware. I mean, I'm just here to throw some points. Maybe my 2 cents in. Because my 2 cents, what is 2 cents, right? What is 2 cents or a jewel, right? Some people say I just dropped a jewel or 2 cents. Most people won't resonate with this. Some people will. If you're not resonating with this, it's because you ain't ready. I mean, I wasn't ready to listen to some shit like this at one point, so I don't blame you. I come from a space of love. I'm just letting you know, everything I do it with love. I'm in this page doing this with love. And here's my disclaimer, all right? Do your own research. None of this shit. This is my truth. Terms and conditions are subject to change. That's the bold print.